Hey, but there's a reason for all of this. Just let me explain. Like, before every photo shoot, I always choose the camera, the film, and the developer. Those three together. And I need many of them because all those combinations are unique. So I thought, let me try to explain to you what I mean by me needing all this gear. So let's, for example, suppose that now there's an ordinary gray day, nothing special, and my photo shoot may be just a lunch break in the middle of the day, and I want to create something during those few minutes. And I can't go to any exotic location and the weather is what it is. So then I need a tool, a camera, film and developer that can create something exciting out of the ordinary. And then I might, for example, choose to take a Holga. It always changes the reality significantly with this twisted lens. And then I choose an HP5+, which is a really versatile film. And then finally I'm gonna develop it in Rodinal. You know, HP5+ and Rodinal, what a beautiful grain. So now, with these very ordinary conditions, I need these three to change the reality, and I can suddenly make something like this. So let's take another example, say another just regular day, nothing special, but I want to create something interesting. So I might take my Industar FT2, an old Soviet camera with a brutal history, and put in maybe some Fomapan 200, and once again develop it with Rodinal. And with this I can create not only a panoramic images that I kind of need, but also extremely rough and old-fashioned look and feel. Pictures like this. Or then, like a regular summer day, that's always pretty difficult, and like, what can you do in the middle of the day? So you may want to go back in time and create something that sort of reminds you of your childhood summers. Take a brownie, take some expired film, like Ektachrome 100 in this case. This is a color positive film, and I chose to develop this in a color negative development liquids, like cross developing. And with these and the development liquids, I can create a color scheme and the rendering that is soft and old fashioned, and it looks like the pictures from the 50s, something like this. Hey, and maybe one more example of this end. Like, one of the most challenging times to photograph is right now. It's a springtime when there's no longer snow on the ground, but there are also no vegetation yet, like there are no leaves yet or anything. So everything is kind of naked and ugly. So once again, I need a set of tools that would twist the reality, and I could create something interesting. So here's an example I did. I took my Graflex RP Series B, and into this I put some Filmwashi S, which is an audio recording film, like insanely contrasty, insanely rough and ugly. And then I develop it once again with Rodinal. Actually no, this time I developed it with Xtol, because I wanted to get at least a little bit of those shades out. But I used a trick here. In this camera I can remove the lens, and keep it in my hands and tilt it a little bit and create a tilt shift effect. Hey, and then what if the conditions are ideal? What if you got a perfect light, a perfect location, you got plenty of time to compose your pictures and create something interesting out of the view that is already interesting? Then you don't need such a heavy equipment. You can use cameras that alter the reality a little bit less. So here's an example. I love to photograph snowfall during the night. I mean, that is one of the most beautiful sights that I know. There's no really need to create anything into that view. The only thing I need to do is to capture that on film. And I might want to choose to take my Hasselblad Super Wide, because I can get a lot of that snowstorm into my lens, into my camera. Then I want to take Ilford Delta 3200 and push it all the way to 12,500. And to push Ilford Delta you need to have, or at least I find that this is the best tool to push it, Xtol, or any of these Xtol copies. So now these three things, once again I choose them simultaneously before my photo shoot. Hasselblad Super Wide, Ilford Delta, pushed to 12,500. Okay, pictures like this. Hey, so as you can see, now I'm not changing the reality so much, then I'm just trying to capture it. With these tools, with these heavy modifiers, I want to change it, now I want to capture it. Here's another example, you know, a beautiful summer, Finnish summer night. I may want to choose a Kodak Portra 160. In my liking, the most natural and beautiful of all the Portras. And I'll take my Hasselblad. And then I develop it in regular C41 liquids. And the goal here is just to get that light on film. The summer night light. And I get pictures like this. Or maybe, hey, a similar kind of situation. Once again, not to change the reality, but capture it the way I want. You know, you go into the woods and then you wanna get that light that is filtered through the leaves and the forest. And for that, I may wanna take my Rolleiflex and let's put in some Ilford FP4. Really nice fine-grained film and develop this with Xtol. No pushing, nothing, just a regular FP4 Plus with Xtol and Rolleiflex. And I get so much details and so delicate nuances that it's basically out of this world. And I get pictures like this. Hey, so this is why I need so many cameras, and it's always the combination of three that I choose in advance. The camera, the film, and the developer. And then I go out there and I look at my surroundings with this combination in mind, and I compose my pictures and craft them so that they fit into the tool set that I have at my disposal at that moment. It's a combination of selecting the tools and then finding the right subject for those tools. Now, the worse is the circumstances, meaning a grey, uninteresting day with really nothing to photograph. You need more powerful tools to alter the reality. And the better are the conditions, the less demanding it's for your gear. And then you want to take something that allows you to capture all those nuances. Now follow my thinking? That's how I choose, and that's why I need all these tools. Yeah, and actually these were only the extremes. I mean, there's a multiple of these cases in between these extremes, and that's why this is... I barely started. I was just on eBay yesterday. Look, never mind. See you later.